Glad you are keeping up with Grandpa. I am told that somebody sure needs to. Please like, subscribe, and share. Love to have you along for this adventure Grandpa is going on. Let's check in on the grandkids. Well, they should all be in school. As I have said before, 3 of my grandkids are homeschooled. The others attend public school. One of my grandkids is in her mother's class. I do believe her mom expects more out of her, and to be a good example for the others in the class. They are all very smart and I'm sure can help Grandpa on the computer. I have offered to teach them all about my knowledge of editing and creating these videos. This is something I am learning and continuing to learn. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? All of my years in graphic arts and photography has certainly helped me in starting this venture. I just want to help parents and grandparents in understanding our roles in our kids' and grandkids' lives. I truly believe it is our responsibility to raise them to be responsible individuals in society. After all, they are our future. I thought today we would talk about something I see lacking in many kids and we can have an influence in their lives to help them. That is, etiquette. Helping them to learn this will set them apart from those that do not understand it. Etiquette is behavior acceptable in social life. Of course, today in the diverse society we live in, there can be cultural differences. But we should all be polite and show concern and caring for each other. I do believe that is why God, our Creator, gave us the Bible, or our instruction book. Let's look at 1 Peter 4:8. I believe that explains it very well. Does say covers a multitude of sins. So I wanted the Bible to define sin for me. Found it in 1 John 3:4. So, law must be the 10 Commandments. I also found Matthew 5:18. Well, the 10 Commandments must be good for us. I will let you look it up and decide. Seems fairly simple and seems to include proper etiquette. Well, let's look at more. Communication. We do have to understand how it has changed since Grandpa's early days. Seems everyone has a phone and texting or social media is the main form of communication. I do believe there should be proper etiquette in communicating this way. Such as if someone sends a communication to you, you should respond in a reasonable length of time, or at least acknowledge that you received it. I seem to have those issues in my own family. BRB. Well, Grandpa is back. We shall continue on with etiquette. Meeting people. Never a second chance for a first impression. We want our grandkids to represent good values. That must be taught. Think what a wonderful impression that makes on those that meet them. They should be taught how important that first impression is, especially when going to look for a job. Many kids today don't know how important that is. A young man should be taught how important that first handshake is. Should be firm and sincere. Making eye contact. Your eyes are one of your greatest assets when meeting someone. Standing, firm handshake and eye contact. Very important when going on an interview. Also a great smile that makes a great first impression. You want people to know you are a personable, responsible individual. When you meet a person, remember to always give your name and give the individual a compliment such as, "It is wonderful to meet you." Conversation. This art requires listening as much as talking. We should practice talking and especially listening with our kids. Listening is an art. Paying attention to what is being said and responding in a meaningful manner. This is something Grandpa practices with the grandkids playing the telephone game the kids love to play. Of course, at times it is fun for them and Grandpa too to intentionally mess things up. We have to have fun. If you need to know how to play the telephone game, we covered it in one of the previous videos. Please like, subscribe, and share. Won't take you long to catch up. Raising our kids, and examples parents and grandparents alike can share with the kids. Grandpa's desire is for all of the grandkids to have beautiful lives, teaching them to mean what they say and say what they mean. Keeping your word and your friends will reciprocate. Developing lasting relationships built on a bond of trust, knowing that your word is your bond. There will be many situations that arise, but knowing you are standing by your word, developing trust, that your word is your bond. Building confidence with others. This develops a reputation that makes friends last and everyone will want to be your friend. Judgment. When you see wrongdoing, it's not wrong to question. Honesty is a value highly respected. Kids generally know right from wrong. Parents are usually very responsible about teaching and instilling honesty in them. It is important to value those with high moral values, and yes, those are generally taught. We can teach them by doing. Children are a sponge, they soak in so much by our examples. So Grandpa can have a great influence in their lives as mine did on mine. Sometimes we may not remember some things until circumstances happen to us, but our reaction can be automatic because of the values that were instilled in us by the examples in our lives. Well, we have covered many things, and discussing how we can help the kids be people that grow up to make this world a more enjoyable place. Becoming leaders, knowing values that can shape the world, making it a better place for all people, has to start one child at a time. Takes responsible parents and grandparents, especially Grandpa. This is a pleasure to be able to be involved in their lives. They have such a responsibility when they grow up. It is very important we give them plenty of playtime as children. Life will catch up with them soon enough. Grandpa, knowing that I offered and gave the parents opportunities for their children to go to meetings that I'm involved in, for them to learn and meet people. Meetings I attend include many public servants such as police officers, sheriff's deputies, the sheriff himself, and many of our county's judges and commissioners. Gives the children an opportunity for that first impression. They have an opportunity to see if it may be something they would like to pursue. From law enforcement to clerking for a judge, many possibilities and getting exposure to many opportunities. Giving them learning experiences in areas of interest that they may have for the future. Says a lot about how much confidence I have in my grandkids to take them to meetings with me. I know they are trained well by their parents. I would like to just give them opportunities that I can give them. Unfortunately, I can't give all of them the exact same opportunity due to the circumstances of life. But while Grandpa is here, I am going to give them all the best opportunity I can to educate and give them all the best opportunities I can. I know some don't understand why I feel this is so important, but I have looked back on my life and can see how concerned people realize the importance of giving experiences to a child to learn and fit into society. Learning the proper way to deal with people having experiences that would allow success in business and life. My prayer for my grandkids is they have the same opportunities. All I can say is Grandpa is trying. I hope you all have a wonderful week and Grandpa will return.